Hello there. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your mid-month of May. Happy birthday to all you Taurians who are still having your birthday, to those who have already had your birthday, and of course we're moving into Gemini season. So I should say happy birthday to all Geminis out there as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing a 4-card spread today. I will be using the Mystical Tarot, and it's by Guiliano, Costa. So I will be putting all the names of the decks that I'm using. As you already know, the astrology cards that I always use, everything will be in the description box below. I will be taking 3 Lenormand as well, and my usual SIBILLA cards. So hope that everyone is good. We're having a full moon in Scorpio on the 18th of May. I suppose it depends on where you are in the world. Today's actually the 14th of May when I'm doing these readings. 14th and 15th, they will be completed. And as I was saying, full moon in Scorpio on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world. So we know that Scorpio is very deep. Scorpio is very passionate, and Scorpio loves to connect on a very deep and profound level. So we're all going to be feeling these energies. So it's all about truth and getting to the bottom of things. And Scorpio is a very sexual sign as well. So a lot to do around intimacy and our deepest, most darkest thoughts, feelings, emotions. So that's going to be interesting to see what will be culminating, because full moons are a culmination. What will be culminating on or around the full moon. So, all right, on to the readings. I won't keep you long. Thank you again. Let's go on to the readings. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your mid-May 2019 general and love reading. I'm doing a 4-card spread this time. Always mid-month, I'm doing it a little bit differently than the beginning of the month where I do the divine spread. So, dear Scorpio, you're having a full moon in your sign. This is amazing. Something is coming to a culmination. Something will be shown to you, and it will be affecting your whole life. This will be happening on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are in the world. Today's actually the 15th, 14th for others. We're naturally in the northern hemisphere, it's the 14th. So the full moon will be taking place in the next few days. So Venus is just about ready in a few hours to move into its rulership of Taurus, and that is very exciting for you Scorpio people. It's your 7th house of partnership, relationship with other people, whether it's romantic or otherwise. So Uranus is already there. A lot of you are going through a lot of changes. Uranus brings change. It's the shift. Now, Venus will be moving much closer to Uranus in the next, she's already very close, almost conjunct. So in 3, nearly 4 days, that meeting will take place. Now, Mercury is there as well, which Mercury is the messenger. The Sun is there as well. So a lot is going on in your relationship house, dear Scorpio. This is very exciting for you. Now, Venus is not only relationships, it's all about values, and as well as that, it's projects, things that you love. So many changes coming in. Very excited for you. Let's cut your cards, dear Scorpio. Sorry about that, dear Scorpio, the interruption. I had a phone call, so I just left the cards as they were. Let's take your cards. All right. All right, so in the now position for Scorpio, we've got the Two of Swords. crowning your reading is the Nine of Wands. The issue at the bottom of your reading, so the root issue is the energy of Taurus, which is your 7th house. And we know that this is Taurus, so it's all about your values, what's going on in your life right now. Let's look at the recent past. We've got the Two of Cups, and in the near future we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, dear Scorpio, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is always, for me, you're waiting on something for expansion. You're waiting on something to grow. Now, because the Wands, especially the 2 and the 3, for me, always talk about Sagittarian energies. So therefore, you've done the work that you needed to do. Some of you are waiting on some sort of a change. So you've sent your ships out. You're waiting on the return. So you've done the work, but you're waiting. You're taking 5 and waiting to see if those ships will be returning. It's only a matter of time, you know. Now, some of you may be dealing with someone who's at a distance. There could be passion and, you know, the need to connect with someone on a deep level. Now, Scorpio, you're very deep where your emotions are concerned. As well as that, it's not only emotions, like these are wands, and wands are all about taking action, doing something. But with the 3 here, I feel as though you've already done what you've needed to do, and you're in a waiting mode. Okay, now usually with the 3 of Wands, we can also say that you've left something behind you. So you've walked through that door of the 2 of Wands, and you're holding onto that Ace of Wands now. So you've walked through a new door and you're waiting on something new. So for those of you that are in a committed partnership or relationship, I think there is a change in your relationship, and that could be the growth. You got to a point where you've made a decision and you're creatively waiting to make a move, but there is something that you're waiting on. So some sort of an indication, I would say. Now, the 3 of Wands is always a card of growth. So even if this is business, then business you're waiting on, as I said, you've already put in those first investments, whatever that means for you, and you're waiting on the return. For those of you that are single and looking for new love, then you may be interested in someone who is from a different background, different culture. And for some of you, of course, with the 2 of Swords here, this is some sort of a big decision. Maybe you've got a choice to make, whether this is going to be you're moving in a more emotional, you're more in an emotional state right now, I feel. So you're looking at your emotions, you're looking at what is driving you. So is it passion or is it emotion? For some of you, you're going for two, like you're making the choice between those 2 different people if you are single. So you're looking at an emotional offer, and you're also looking at a more passionate sexual offer. So there's some of you are dealing with 2 different people. Now we've got water, we've got wands. Now I believe that for most of you, I think that you're moving into a more emotional state right now. So you're past the point of going for what is physical. I think that Scorpio is actually looking for more emotion right now, because I feel that with the Knight of Cups in the outcome, I feel that that is what you're looking for mainly. Now, we do have air here, and you could have air in your chart, right? But also the Hierophant here, that's your energy, because what you want to build on is something more emotional and more long-lasting, I believe. With the Nine of Wands in your crowning area, I feel as though you got to the point where you want a completion, you want something more stable. That's what I feel with the Nine of Wands um, in your crowning area. So that's what's on your mind. Now, in the recent past, you have the Two of Cups. So I feel as though you felt some sort of a connection. You are in an emotional connection already. You've got your eye on the goal. You've got your eye on the prize, on the person that is really giving you, excuse me, the power and the intimacy, and not only physical but emotional, that I think that you've already felt. And I feel that Scorpio is making a final decision in moving forward. Let's see what's beneath the Three of Wands. And we've got the Justice card, which is Libra, and Libra is the partnership house, and this is very karmic. Now, of course, your ruler Pluto and Saturn and the South Node being in Capricorn, this is a very, very karmic time. And for you, it's happening in your third house of communication, short distance travel, siblings, neighbors, and very strongly on communication. I feel that there is a need for you to communicate in a balanced way. It's a time for you to look, take on the energies of Libra, and be in a position of looking at everything, not just the tree but the forest. So yes, Libra is here, but I think that that's got a lot to do with partnerships and relationships and other people. I don't feel that there is a Libran that you're dealing with, because I just don't feel it, and there isn't much of a good connection with Librans and Scorpios. That's what I feel. There could be a couple of you out there that disagree, but that's my opinion. And let's see what's beneath that. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So very busy. Scorpio is very busy at this time, I can see. Let's take an astrology card for you, dear Scorpio, and see what's going on with the planets for you. Now, for those of you that are interested in the decks that I'm using, they're all named in the description box below the video, so you can have a look there if you're interested. Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on with you astrologically? And we have the North Node, life's purpose. Wow, this is beautiful. All right, so life's purpose, that's what you're aiming for. You're going for your destiny. Now, as I said, in the sign of Capricorn, so your third house, where the South Node is, that's where your ruler is. And your ruler, Pluto, is transforming and letting go of past life, karma, issues, people, any situations that you're dealing with. At this time, it's a time to let go. Now, we know that the South Node is very karmic, and your ruler with Saturn together, especially being retrograde, are really putting in a lot of effort to try and let go. You're trying to, at this time, detach from the past, and you're moving towards what is fated and what is your life's purpose in this incarnation, dear Scorpio. That's what I feel with this card. Now 41 adds up to a 5, so you're at a point of change. And why? Because this is a number 5. I'd like to take another card for you. One more card for Scorpio. So what's your life's purpose? And we have Chiron and healing. Wow. Incredible. Now, Chiron is in your 6th house. So in the sign of Aries. So this is your daily routine. Now, this is an open wound that you're dealing with. Something that is around work, your daily routine. Some of you may even have health issues that you are dealing with at this time. Now, I believe that with this energy, what you're working through is past life. Again, Chiron is very strong in concerning past lives. Chiron was the wounded healer who healed his own wounds and therefore was able to heal others. So through the educating himself on trying to heal his own wounds, and they can be psychological wounds, they can be physical wounds from a past life, you are able to become the healer yourself. So Scorpio is very, very dark, very mystical. You deal a lot with the occult. There's a lot of Scorpios out there that are very spiritual because of Pluto and transformation being your ruler. A lot of you you delve into the dark, and that's where you're able to find the truth. Whether this is in a relationship, in your own upbringing, your own childhood wounds that you're actually dealing with. And I believe that through this transformation and letting go, breaking free from past life wounds, whatever they were, and karma, I believe that you are going through a healing process at this time, Scorpio. Now, with the full moon, you will be able to see where your wounds are. And therefore, you will be able to heal yourself and your life. Okay, so Chiron is a weird energy. It is a weird energy which you are dealing with right now. But know that whatever difficulties you are transforming in your life, that's going to give you the energy and the strength to be able to move through this. And through this growth and this testing time for you, you will be able to be healed and you will find your balance in whatever you're letting go from the past. Okay, so let's take some more cards. I'd like to take 3 Lenormand for you, Scorpio. So in the month of May, mid-month of May 2019, Spirit Guides and Angels for Scorpio, what wounds are they healing from? What lessons and what karma are they letting go of? Now, for some of you, you could be letting go of someone that was the Chiron in your own personal life. So whatever that means for you, whether it was a relationship, a marriage, even work, even, the working too hard, because whatever is going on in Capricorn is the natural house of career. It's the authoritarian. It's also the father. Some of you may have lost a father and you're still trying to heal, trying to overcome. Now, for some of you, you could have become a father in a very transformative way. And whatever that means for you, whatever that means, it circles around karma. So let's take 3 Lenormand for Scorpio. So we've got the moon. We have the whip. Again, a number 11. And we've also got the stars, which is beautiful to end up with. So there is hope. There is a wish that you are trying to heal through. Now, with the moon card in the Lenormand, you know, it's got a lot to do with true love. It's not only the same meaning as the moon card in tarot. So the moon is our emotions, of course, it's um, our fears, but it's got a lot to do with our emotions. And I was talking about Scorpio and your deepest emotions. They're coming up to the surface. Now, the moon can also talk about motherhood issues. I did talk about fatherhood with where your ruler is, Pluto, in Capricorn. So there are issues around parenting, and this is a 32, which adds up to a 5. So there is some sort of a conflict where motherhood issues, as well as the moon. I mean, the moon also is Cancer for me, because the moon rules the 4th house. And the 4th house is obviously the mother, your foundation, your being, being able to be nurtured and loved just like you were when you were a child. So issues like that are coming up for you. And it's funny that the full moon is happening in your sign. So you're going to be able to see where you are conflicted. You will have the information, because the full moon shines down upon us to show us what is going on with that full moon, what is changing, what is the completion. And after completion, therefore, we have a new beginning. Now here we've got, again, number 11, it's karma. We've got the whip. Now the whip can speak of an imbalance, communication on a profound level. And they're not easy conversations. They're not easy because it can be an argument where you're not on the same page with someone. Now, the whip also speaks of a lot of abundance. Okay, so it's not only being on a different page with someone, having a difference of opinion and conversing about that. It's also a lot of luck. So abundance, as I was saying. Now again, 11 is the number of justice. So some of you could be going through legal issues and you're going to come out fantastic at the end. You've got the star. So whatever you've been hoping and wishing for and you've been conflicted about, it looks as though times are changing. As I said, the full moon being in your sign, that is a culmination on a level of your whole life. Let's not forget that the new moon at the beginning of the month was in your 7th house of partnership. So you are starting something, obviously, something new, but you're also seeing a culmination of something that you have wished for a while back. So the star card is a wish for me. It's a wish come true. Now, it's a 16, and 16 is the number of the tower. But if we add the 1 and the 6, it's a 7, which is the divine number. So interesting. So looking at the outcome card with the Knight of Cups, he is riding. He's actually not riding on a proper horse, but this is a seahorse, which talks about luck. I love the Mystical Tarot. This deck is amazing. The illustrations are out of this world. They're on another level, on another dimension, and that's what I love, because they're very futuristic. Now, as I was saying to another sign, I don't remember. Oh, it was Libra. And I was telling them that the title for Libra is, because Libra's been mentioned twice in your reading. And as I said, I don't believe that for a lot of you, it's about being with someone who is Libra Sun, Libra Moon, or Rising. It's mainly got to do with relationships, being communicative, being democratic, trying to find the balance, within your relationships, even in love or family or work. Therefore, finding the balance. And again, Libra deals with legal matters. So some of you, as I said, could be going through a change. You're changing your partner. What was I saying? So I went right off the bat. So what I was thinking is that, yes, I don't believe that it's mainly sun, moon, or rising. This could have to do with North Node. So for those of you that have got either your North or South Node in Libra, yes, this could be very important for you because it's showing fate and destiny. And don't forget that you've got North Node here, right, with life's purpose. And this could also be talking about your partner's North or South Node. Okay, so this is a very fated sort of an energy, a path that Scorpio is on right now. So it's, as I said, it's, and what I was saying to Libra was that this deck speaks about different dimensions. And when I use it, I feel that, and my opinion is that in this lifetime, yes, we are in a 3D dimension, but I feel that we have multiple lives on different dimensions and that we're living those at the same time. So we're living on different dimensions at the same time. Think about it. When we sleep, do you truly believe that we're here? I truly believe that we're astral traveling at that time. So again, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but I'd love to hear your opinion on that. One moment, please. Okay, so wonderful. Wonderful. I love the Lenormand messages there. Now with the 16, which is the Tower, this is the major shift that you're going through, and you probably will have the information on or around that full moon. So let's take some more cards for you, dear Scorpio. And there's again Libra, justice. So karmic justice. So dear Scorpio, what you've invested in, what you've put your energy towards, you should be manifesting at this time. So I feel that Scorpio is ready to make an offer to someone that is very important, someone that you feel is your lucky star. Let's take a card on the Two of Swords in the now position. And especially with this card, seeing the new moon up there, I truly believe that you were probably at odds with some sort of a decision that you wanted to make on or around that Taurian new moon at the beginning of the month. So let's see. I can see that obviously you're moving forward in relation to a partnership, a relationship. A lot of you have already met the person of your dreams, but there is something that you are protecting yourself from. Now, the things I've already mentioned, motherhood, maybe it's just justice. Some of you are working through legal issues of the past. And, you know, with the card of the Hierophant, which can speak of restrictions, spirituality, and legal contracts, I think that that's what you're dealing with. This is in your home area, right? And it's a 5. So again, conflict. Do I do the right thing? Do I change things up? Do I do the Uranian thing? Don't forget, Uranus is in your partnership house, and you wanna be different. Okay, some of you are seriously looking for an ingenious way of getting out of some sort of a restriction, a conflict of interest, a conflict in love. Let's take on the Two of Swords, and you have the 5 of Pentacles. So I believe that you and someone else have been feeling, another 5 here, have been feeling left out in the cold. So I do believe that whatever the restrictions have been, and you know, this card is very spiritual for me. It's a very spiritual energy. It's outside of a church, isn't it, usually? So whatever, oh wow, look at the person, they're missing a foot. So Chiron. So you, as I said, you are really moving through trying to heal any past life, childhood issues. And these things are coming to the surface, coming up. So there is a feeling of lack. And for some of you, this could even be something to do with health, you know, physical health, if not on an emotional or a spiritual juncture that you're at right now. So 2 5s equal a 10. Let's take on the Hierophant. I'd like to see what's in your foundation. I do believe that with the 5 here, we've got 2 people loving and nurturing and healing each other. So this connection that you are on spiritually and hopefully physically, you're at the 9. So you're very close to coming together. For some of you, it could even be like in 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months at the most, that those ships will come in for you. Now, as I said, let's look at the Hierophant. And we have the 6 of Wands. So some of you, for some of you, there is a lot of ego in this card. Some of you Scorpio people could have Leo, strong Leo in your chart. You do have a fair few wands. Now, Leo is very, you know, grandiose, very big, very large. So, yeah, for you, dear Scorpio, Leo is your 10th house, and 10th house is your status, it's your career, it's how you're seen in the world, and it's your goals. So in career, it looks like something is coming in that's going to be successful for you. I do believe that if there is another contract that you're working on, it's got a lot of potential here. It's going to build you something that is long-lasting. Taurus is all about values and comforts, and in actual fact, Taurus is all about the physical. Now, Taurus is all about the earth, right? The house of Taurus is the earth. And I feel that there's been some sort of a drought. That's what I'm getting from Scorpio in their 7th house. And I think that rain and emotions are necessary. Now, for some of you, this could even mean that you've become so tough and so strong in your emotional self that there is a drought. You haven't been crying. If you've been dealing with something in the past, dear Scorpio, I think that it's time that you need to let those tears flow, and those flowing tears will nurture and love the earth. And therefore, I believe that those emotions, that water, that moisture, will also nurture your soul and your physical body. So that speaks on a very emotional level, but also on a physical. Scorpio is on their way to being healed, and the six of Wands gives me that information here. So I'm going to say thank God for Uranus. Thank goodness for Uranus. Uranus is actually helping you. Now, not everyone is going to be changing their relationships and their partnerships on the same day. Everyone is born on a different day. So I see that coming in for you. And as I said, for everyone, it will happen at different instances. So be patient. Let's look at that 9 of Wands, which is what's on your mind. And we've got another 5. Wow. So 3 5s, 15. That's the devil energy. That's Capricorn. Now, the 5 of Wands could be a group situation that you are in conflict with, or I should say not being on the same page. So in anything to do with work, because this is in the crowning area, anything to do with what's your goal or what you're trying to manifest in your vocation or even creatively, you're at an imbalance. Now, if we add the two wands cards together, that's the 14, which is the number of temperance. So that does talk about balance. It talks about patience, and something is being worked on your behalf, but for some of you, you haven't seen it yet. Now, Venus is almost moving into your 7th house, so give it a bit of time. Okay, let's see what happens in the next 5 days. 4 or 5 days when Venus conjoins Uranus, right? Now, I wasn't going to take another card, but a card opened. So it's the High Priestess. Wow. Oh, this is incredible. So you've got the High Priestess here, and you've got the High Priest here. And I was talking to you about a relationship that's on a different dimension. So for those of you that are on the cusp with Libra, this is a message for you. Libra also had these two spiritual people, this spiritual union. So this is obviously being connected to someone on a very different level, on another dimension. So there's a lot of telepathy. There is synchronicities and signs that Scorpio is growing spiritually. Now, we've got the High Priestess, which is, I don't know which one of these you are. I believe that for most of you, this is your energy because your 7th house is Taurus. So I believe that this is the person that's on your mind. You're hopefully manifesting someone that is also very connected to the occult spiritually. They're very, very mature. But I feel that the High Priestess being in a higher position here is a little bit more evolved spiritually than you are, dear Scorpio, and you're trying to catch up. So whatever, as I said, you're dealing with right now, the karma that you're dealing with, and Chiron here, this is a lot of healing, and a lot of you will be growing through this process, and that's the obviously the most positive thing, that you will be able to connect. You're practically connecting now, but there is a little bit more spiritual growth that Scorpio needs to have. And with the High Priestess being in your crowning area, now she speaks about having a deep knowing. Dear Scorpio, trust that intuition of yours. Those signs that you're receiving, they're not coming for no reason. There is a reason behind everything, and you need to trust in that. Let's take a card on the general energy. So that's the 3 of Wands. What is Scorpio waiting on? And yes, communication, messages of love. Scorpio may also be wanting to travel. For some of you, you are traveling, you're going to a distance. There is someone that you're communicating with who could be at a distance, and I said that before. This is flight travel. These are messages of love and passion, and sexual messages as well, erotic messages. That's what Scorpio is all about. Now look at all the butterflies that are on these wands. That's why I love this deck so much. Whatever change, and it's coming in very quickly, whatever change is happening for you, and this is an 8. You've also got Chiron and healing, which is a number 8. 8 is your number. You are the 8th house of death and transformation, transforming the way you are on a very deep level. And as well as that, it's a lot of change where other people's money, shared resources are concerned for you. So, you know, the 8th house of Scorpio is the way you're living. What's your living situation? Are you balanced in that area? Are you complete? Okay, so a lot to do with the house of Scorpio. And as I said, there is deep transformation happening for you, and it's happening quickly. Now, we've got an 8 here. I did mention 3 before. 3 days. For others of you, could be 8. 8 days, 8 weeks, and in the month of August. That could be a time when you're seriously, you're going to take the plunge. And the arrows, Cupid's arrows, are moving straight into the Two of Cups. Look at that. It looks as though it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but, oh, and I've got a card that's flipped open. But I think that you need to be more open and more real with your partner. It's a time for you to actually share your deepest, darkest secrets, Scorpio, right now. And a card had flipped open, and I'm not sure when it happened, but you've got the Knight of Swords. And again, very quick communication, quickly moving into balance because you have been at an imbalance. Look at those scales. And again, Libra shows up here. For those of you that have been waiting on communication, legal papers, they're coming in quickly. Okay, let's look at the Two of Cups, which is in the recent past position. And we've got the Sun. And again, Leo was mentioned before, so Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leo is true love, it's children. It is taking a risk. It's also very creative and what you've created of your own. So have you created your own business? Then this is healing, this is warmth, this is manifestation, being up on stage and performing. And what did I say, dear Leo? Your 10th house of career, your status. I think that you're actually coming out and being more open and more clear with people about what you feel, what's deep in your heart, and what you feel passionate about. So Scorpio is actually coming out. So those skeletons in the cupboard are seriously coming out. You're being open, Scorpio, and that's amazing. I'd like to take one more card on that. And we've got the Knight of Wands. Again, Sagittarian energy. This is you're being free to move. A lot of you could be traveling. Again, quick movement. Look at that rainbow in the distance and that falling star. This is the quick night. Some of you are moving from being more the player. Let's say that you were very popular when you were, before you actually found the apple of your eye or the person that speaks to you on a very emotional level. I think that Scorpio is actually trying to change. They're opening up more, as I said, more on an emotional level, and this is great to see. So we've got 3 knights here, and knights are all about action. Let's take that Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. And we have, oh, wow. Wow. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Now we've got 4. So I usually see the Knight of Pentacles as the energy of Virgo. But, you know, I see that this Knight here in this deck is quite crippled. So usually the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is very, very slow moving. But even with the crippling, I still feel that you are moving forward. So you are moving emotionally, but also physically. There is forward momentum for Scorpio. And it's a very slow process because I believe that Scorpio was, should I do this or should I not? That's what the Knight of Cups is all about. Now here we've got, I just want to mention the signs. So we've got Leo, we've got Sagittarius, we've got Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, mainly Libra out of the air signs. We've got the High Priestess, which is Virgo and Piscean axis. We've got Taurus, which is your 7th house, right? And we've also got, as I said, the water sign the water that we've got here is mainly Piscean, and we've also got Earth. So Taurus and Virgo. Capricorn is not present here, but I have mentioned Capricorn because of the 3 5s. So for some of you, I do believe that that's the karma you're dealing with more than the person. Okay, so I'd like to take another card on this 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords in the now position. And we have the Fool, and I was going to say that I haven't mentioned Aries as a fire sign, and here is Aries. So this is you taking that risk. This is the Fool card. As you can see here, the glyph of Uranus. Some people say it's Uranus, and Uranus is in your 7th house. So you are literally taking a plunge. You're really going for what you seriously feel that it's time for you to move on. That's enough of stagnation. The Fool is a 0. It's a brand new karmic cycle that you are beginning as soon as you feel that push, because I feel that there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do with the divine. You've got strong major arcana cards here. So whatever you're going through, dear Scorpio, you know what? I don't think that there is a lot of freedom of choice here. You're actually just going with it. You've got the Sun, you've got the Fool, you have the High Priestess, you have the High Priest, right? Very strong. And you did have the card of Libra, which is very karmic. So as we know, with the energies that we're working through right now, the karmic situations that you're working through now are not only for you. It's not only Scorpio, it's everyone. But everyone's moving through that on a different level, in a different area of life. So I'd like to take a couple of Sibillas. Some of you are seriously looking for your freedom. You're breaking free from the chains that were binding you. Even though we don't have the Capricorn card here, the Devil, it was mentioned. And why I say that, look at the little dove at the bottom of the stairs. Look at that. That speaks of purity, it speaks of true love, and it speaks of freedom. The dove has got its wings are open. As you can see, it's ready to take flight. And that's very interesting for me. And I don't believe that Scorpio is being blindfolded with this new leap of faith that you're taking. It's not only a risk. Look at those 2 little owls in the bush there. So there's been a lot of wisdom for, the end of the cycle that you are closing. And you're moving forth with wisdom. You've become the wise one. Let's look at that crowning area. So we've got the High Priestess, the 5 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. So we've got pleasant conversations around a table, and this is the Ace of Cups. So this could be people in your career sector, could be family. You could be having conversations with your father, because as I said, this is the area of the father. Or if you are the father, you're just having conversations with people from your family, people that you are connected with. We've got the Disgrazia, there's the Tower and the change, the shift. So something is coming to light, something that you deeply knew, you felt it within you. And you know what? The change could also have started with the new moon in Taurus, because the High Priestess, she's got the moon, she's the moon goddess, and she's got the new moon at her feet usually. So, and we've got the Dottore. This is amazing. Thank God for that, dear Scorpio. Now, this is number 13, which is the transformation. Now, this is the healer. This is the doctor. This is the solicitor. This is whatever change you're going through. It will bring you a healing. And I feel that you've been very intelligent about your moves and what you've been working for. Let's look at the now position. So we've got the Two of Swords. So the decision. You're ready to move forward on that. We've got the Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Fool. So we've got delirante, deliriousness. So this is the Nine of Pentacles, but this talks of, yes, in ways you are financially stable, you're standing financially strong, but you also need the support of others, whether this is a partner or you've had the support of your friends, but I feel as though, as I said, Scorpio is at a time where they're looking to partner up. Let's take another card. We've got Alegria and Merriment. No, this is the Nine of Wands again. And we've got the Gran Signore, which is you. Now, this is the King of Hearts. As I said, Scorpio is transforming. This is a 13. You're transforming into someone who's very abundant, someone who's got an open heart. Now, financially, you're already in a good place. Now, if this is a business, that's where the transformation is happening for you, in a business where there will be a lot of abundance, because this is someone who is financially in a very good place. This is wonderful. I'd like to take a look at your foundation area. So the Hierophant and the Six of Wands. So I'm going to say there will be recognition on a level of career. So people will be congratulating you. You're climbing up that corporate ladder, dear Scorpio. So that's really great. We've got Fortuna. So luck is on your side here. There is change. Now, of course, Fortuna is also, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. So what is the change bringing in for you? It's bringing in a mission. You're on a mission. Yes, you've got a high mountain ahead of you. You've got work to do. So roll up your sleeves, okay? Because the ending has come of an era in your life, and it may not be easy, but yes, you're starting over again. But again, this is Capricorn energies. So you've got the strength, you've got the knees to climb that mountain, and you are also a fighter where family and your haven is concerned, right? You are the fighter. I can see that. And look at what we've got here. Reunion. Another 8, dear Scorpio. A lot of you are hoping for someone that you've been at odds with, obviously. You're hoping for a meeting to take place. Some of you, for those of you that are already in a committed partnership or relationship, you've gone through some sort of a test, and it's been a challenge. But I don't feel, now, not many of you are going to go through a legal separation. This is some of you, not all of you. Some of you are seriously you've gone through the test and you're coming back together. You're getting back to it. You're healing your relationship. For others of you, this is someone that you've connected from the past, from a previous life. As I said, you've connected on many levels. So this is obviously coming back together. So you've felt, I think that some of you you've already felt that the connection was always the right one. And I believe that a lot of you have been sort of not living your life's purpose, but it's time now. It is time now. So for Scorpio, this is an amazing, amazing time. I'd like to take one more card. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Scorpio. I was just saying that, you know, to the rest of the all the videos that I've done up to here, that everyone's had the Scorpio card, and here it is for you. I wonder what's beneath that. Oh, wow, the Five of Swords. You're going to change. The change is going to happen whether you like it or not. Now we've got another five, so that's four fives, Scorpio. So you've got the higher position here. You can intellectually, and with those swords, you can win this over. If you are in a competition, you're ready to do battle. If you're going through an awakening, because four fives equal the Judgment card, which is your card. So you're going through an awakening. You're awakening to the fact that you've actually got to you've got to take action. You have to make the initiation of changing, becoming that butterfly, transforming, because, you know, the Judgment card is the card of karma. Now we're in June, even from now, we're starting to have indications of the eclipses of July. So hold on to your hats, dear Scorpio. You're going through a lot of change. It's going to be really slow. It's going to be start, stop, and then it will be quickening. So whatever is happening, deep transformation. But you know what? You're in your element. And I love the Death card. I truly love it. I love this energy. And you need to be thankful to your ruler, Pluto, for the changes that are coming into your life from now until the end of the year. So I think I will leave it at that, dear Scorpio. This is amazing for you. I see a lot of abundance, a lot of beautiful change and transformations happening on many levels now. It was Leo that was the reading, manifesting on many levels. So Leo's been mentioned. If you are dealing with Sun, Moon, or Rising Leo, please go and watch that video as well. So again, thank you so much for being here, for sharing these videos, and just all that you do. I'd love to hear your comments, sending you lots of love and blessings. I'd love to hear what's happening for you on that full moon. So reach out if you need to. You know that I read all your comments. So sending you lots of blessings. Namaste.